Hi guys, my name is Jada and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to achieve this full boho sew-in look. I am a full lock stylist located in Brooklyn, New York, and this video is for the girlies who either do locks over locks or who has locks themselves and do their hair at home. Before getting into this video, I just want to thank Ywigs for sponsoring this video. They sent me over 6 bundles of their natural wave double drawn in the 16 inches. I love the double drawn hair because it's thick from root to tip. And also, if you're a girl who likes to pile on the hair, double drawn is where you want to go because the bundles are super duper thick and you don't need a lot of bundles is if you got a single drawn. Single drawn is good too, but the double drawn is where it's at if you're a girlie who loves that full boho sew-in wig look. Ywigs is currently having their Black Friday sale, so click the link down below and make sure you guys snatch these bundles up. You got to get your hair right, especially with these holidays coming on. All right, y'all, so let's start the tutorial. So this is the first row of my client's hair. Before I get into it, I'm just going to pre-part, well, not pre-part, but clean up the parting, making sure that there's no hair pulling from in between, as you can see here, just making sure all the strands are where they need to be. I do not work over real locks. Like, I don't do real locks. Like, I don't take clients for retwists and stuff like that. So I don't really like to too much mess with anybody's work, but yeah, I'm just gonna do the basics. So this is just me showing you guys what I do. Before doing the extended 2-strand twist, I just clean it up, do the retwist. My clients don't come with their hair already retwisted, so I'm just gonna be adding on some gel. I do not like piling up a lot of gel. Again, I don't work over locks, so I don't want to ruin anybody's locks. And also, gel adds to build up all that white stuff that is sometimes stuck in people's locks that can come from gel. So I'm just parting off. And what you're going to do is you are going to angle your comb and you are going to twist, and you're going to make sure that the comb is going underneath. And then you're going to twist, and I take it out, and then I palm roll. After palm rolling, I just twist the top up a little bit and keep it right there instead of adding clips, because clips are usually just always in the way. So again, you're going to take your comb and you're going to angle it. And then as you twist, you're going to make sure that comb goes underneath the lock. And that's how you're going to get the perfect retwist. Guys, so now I'm starting the retwist process, and when you're retwisting, you want to make sure that one hand is going in and one hand is going out. If you're just twisting regular, that's not really how you're going to keep your twist, and this goes for all twists, passion twists, Marley twists, whatever it is. So as you can see, I twisted my client's lock to the middle, probably to the top of her shoulder blade, because clients are not going to see that hair in the back of their neck, and that gets matted first. So we're not going to add any hair there for like the first 2 rows. Then I'm going to add in my first curl, and I am going to also add in another strand of Marley hair. And as we get higher in the head, we are also going to add in the Marley hair a little bit earlier, but you're going to see that as we go. You also want to make sure that you do a couple twists, like maybe 3 twists before adding in your next curl, just for like the back part kind of way. And as we get up, that's where I really pile on the amount of hair that I use. Also, when doing this style, I don't really worry about too much trying to blend in the bottoms of my client's locks. As you can see here, I'm trying to put Marley hair over it. I don't really worry about that too much because with the amount of hair that is on there, you're really not going to see that. And then some people's locks are different and they're thick. You can't really hide it too much. So with doing this, I really don't stress it out too much because everybody's locks are different. But if they have way less curls, I do try a little bit harder to hide that. And here's how I secure the ends. I just rubber band it. I don't twist all the way down. So this style probably hits them like on their upper butt, but I just rubber band it. And then I just cut off the little bit of hair that is left, as you can see right there. But that's totally your option. But how I do seal off these locks is just rubber banding the end as you would a regular 2-strand twist. All right, y'all. So I am now on the second row. As you can see, my client, the retwist is already done because this video, I'm just focusing more on showing you how to get that boho 2-strand look. So I'm going to start off 2-stranded twist first. As I told you guys, I usually 2-strand twist to like midway, and then I'll add in the Marley hair. I add in the Marley hair where I put the human hair because the Marley hair is going to help keep the human hair in place. And it might be a concern where people is going to be like, oh, well, if you don't add in the hair right away, what's going to happen if you put it in like a half a path down or whatever it is? Guys, when you pile on the hair, when you get closer up into the front and into the middle, trust me, if they do a half a path down, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see that at all with the hair falling. But clients tend to just care about the hair that people can see, and they don't really care about like what needs to be taken care of. So you want to kind of just like ease that stress on them and, you know, put the hair where they're really going to see it. When my client brings that to the front, they're not going to see what's all the way in the back of their head. They're just going to do what they could see. So that's basically, and then in the back of the neck, that's the first place where hair gets wet or where hair gets matted. So you want to make your client's life easier, not harder with this style, especially if they're not somebody who knows how to 100% take care or maintain their boho curls. When adding my curls, I take one curl and I place it directly in the middle, in the split of the twist, and I twist down about 3 times, and that secures the curl. Or if you want, you can take the curl and pull it in between the split and pull it on top of the lock, if you get what I'm saying, and then push it to the side. So here I am just retwisting the third row of my client's hair and just showing you guys a little bit more into the retwist side of things. Okay, guys, as you can see, we are like in the fourth row of my client's hair and we're nearing the middle. So this is where I start adding in those curls. As you can see, higher, and I put in my Marley hair at a higher place. I don't really put curls where it's just locked because for me, the Marley hair just helps hold that better in place, and I'll probably twist like 2-3 times and then add in another curl. As I get higher in the head, I will be putting the curls way closer to each other to fully give that boho look. But as I said, I just make it easier for my clients and really pile on the hair in the places that they're really going to see it. They're not going to see it in the back of their head, but also if they do a half a path down, you're not going to see that like gappiness in the back. And each lock should have about maybe like 10 curls on it. Let's say 10 to 12 curls on it, I could say. As you can see here, I twisted on probably like twice, added in my Marley hair early because we're going to take a curl and add that bad boy right on in there. So you see I'm now in the middle of my client's hair, really close to the front, and we're going to add that curl in super duper early. And I twisted 1 to 2 times, and then I added in another curl because like I keep saying, once we hit that middle to front area, we are going to be piling on those curls, baby. Pile them on. We're going to be twisting 1 or 2 times, and then we're going to be adding in another curl. And you're also going to be adding in your Marley hair midway through, like your second strand of Marley hair midway through that two-strand twist. So I use two strands of Marley hair because the Marley hair that I use from Amazon is a bit on the thinner side. So, you know, you want that extra Marley hair to super help make the twist look a little bit thicker, not too thin, and also help with keeping the curls secure as you get like further down the lock. As you guys can see here, where's you cannot see that gappiness at all. The gappiness in the back, unless I lift it up to show you guys how everything is looking back there, you cannot see it at all. Okay, guys, so we're in the front part of my client's hair, and this is kind of special because she only has 3 locks on this row. I'm not the person who starts her locks. So we're going to do a 3-strand twist. And with the 3-strand twist, you're going to start off with a 2-strand twist. You're going to twist about 3 times, and then you're going to bring in that other lock. And we're going to just start off the same way. You're going to add in your Marley hair, and then you're going to add in your curl. When I do the because this is extended 2-strand twist, I don't really add in the boho hair right at the root as if I would do if I was just doing regular boho locks, because at the end of the day, this is just extended boho. So I still want to show that, you know, you have regular locks and stuff. And yeah, I just don't add it in directly. I'll probably twist like 2-3 times and then add in that first curl. That's just my preference, but you can completely do it however you want. Okay, guys, so this is the finishing results of my client's hair. And if you think this video was quick, I do apologize, but there's not much science behind this. But some people need a visual of how to do this style, so I'm here to help. And as you can see, it is full on boho. You do not see that gappiness in the back, and my client is given sew-in. Okay, this is the front part. This is how it looks in the front. Sometimes the curls kind of like twist behind. It kind of like is behind the twist. I can't really explain that, but if you're a faux lock stylist, you know what I'm talking about. So you can't really see them in the front unless you move it to the front. And this is it at the side. I love looks like this in the side part because it just, the volume is just like out of this world. Once again, I want to thank Ywigs for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you.